Hi everyone, Lisa here from LC Designs. Today I have a fancy fold card for you. It's called a waterfall card. So I will be showing you how to make this card. And we're using the new online exclusive Irresistible Blooms bundle. Pardon me, I'm sick, so my voice is gonna be squeaky. But let's go ahead and start creating. Okay, so let's get started. So this is the card again. It is called a waterfall card, or it could be called a cascading card. We'll put it together. I have all my pieces already cut since I'm sick, and again, pardon me for my voice. I'm very squeaky. I've been sick for over 3 weeks. Finally went to the doctors and found out that I have a sinus infection. So that's why I have the squeaky voice. So we're going to start out with a piece of 4 1/4 by 11 thick basic white. And then we're just going to score it at the 5 1/2 mark, or you can just fold it in half. It's a regular card base. This is a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 Lost Lagoon. So Lost Lagoon is not currently available. I just happen to still have some. I've been a demonstrator for 8 years, and I still had it on hand. And so we're using the Hello Irresistible Designer Series paper. Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock are in it. So that means when the annual catalog comes out, it's going to be returning. So since I had it on hand, I'm going to use it. And we're going to use this piece of DSP, which is 5 by 3 3/4. And we're going to adhere that. I'm sorry that my voice is so squeaky. Oops, my glue might be a little stuck there. There we go. So we'll just glue this on. Do any of you still have Lost Lagoon on hand? I have a lot of retired colors on hand because I just didn't want to get rid of them for whatever reason. So it's nice to know that Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock are two that'll be coming back. And Stampin' Up has announced that there's going to be a color refresh. So we know these two will be there. So this piece is another piece of Lost Lagoon, and it's 1 inch by 4. This piece of DSP is 3/4 inch by 4. We're going to glue those together. All right, like that. Center it a little bit. Make sure it's centered. And then now this is going to go on to here about, I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches or so up. And then we're only gluing the ends here. So put a strip of glue, just a strip, just a tiny strip, enough to hold it. We'll put it right about there. And we're going to let this glue, we're going to let this glue so that it dries. And this is going to go adhered on here. I guess we could go ahead and do that now too, so that those pieces could dry while we make our waterfall mechanism. And this will go right on there, like that. Move it, center it, and then we'll put it down. So there's our card front. So now we're gonna need our trimmer, and that's because we're gonna score. So our next piece is gonna be, this is the mechanism, is gonna be 2 by 9 And I'm using, again, the thick basic white. And we're going to score this at 2 inches. We're going to go 2 3/4, 3.5, and 4.25. So just like that. So we'll have these. And let me remember, I believe we go like this. Is that how we're going to do it? Oh my goodness. I forgot already. I believe that's the way we go. All right, so we're done with that. But what we're going to do now is I'm going to use the, excuse me, the designer tags. You can use a tag punch down here if you have it. But we have these tags, the designer tags dies. So I'm going to use this die, and then I'll show you how we're going to need to trim it a little bit. And so here's the cut and emboss machine. And so we're not going to cut this all the way down. Wait, what am I doing? I'm like so confused. I tell you, since I've been sick, I feel like I can't even think. So kind of make sure you have the same amount of space on each side, because this die is not wide enough. If you have a tag punch, you probably will have them wide enough. But we are only going to cut this part of the way. So I'd say there's good enough. And so we don't want to put the plate over here because it'll cut. We're only going to cut where the plate is. And I hope I'm making sense to you. It's if we had a tag die, it'd be much easier. I know I have some, but I probably have it in my retired product. So what we're going to do is just snip these right here. And nobody will ever know that we didn't have a tag punch. See? I think I folded these the wrong way. I'm trying to remember how it goes. Okay, so here's how it goes. So before we assemble, we need to assemble a lot of pieces. But we're going to go ahead and stamp a sentiment in here. And again, I'm using the Irresistible Blooms set. And on the inside, we're going to stamp Hooray, It's Your Day. So here's it. And I'm using Memento Black. And we'll stamp that right here in the center. So it's a section where you die cut with the tag. And now this is gonna go like this, but we need to put our little pieces together. So what I have is 4 pieces of Lost Lagoon, and they are 2 by 2, and then these are 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 of basic white. So we're gonna go ahead and adhere those on to each of them, like so. And then I'm gonna stamp on one of these. On my original one, I just put hello. I could have probably cut out some more flowers or something, but I kind of felt like it looked plain. So we're gonna stamp some of the dots on it before we stamp the hello. See if it makes a difference so that it just don't look so plain. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I have these, I don't know, I call them dots, splatter, whatever. And I'm just gonna stamp it in the soft seafoam. I was ready to call it mint macaron. And just to add something to it, and I'll show you the difference. And then we're gonna stamp now hello in the memento. And let me know what you guys think. with dots splatter or without. So see, here's the one with the dots. And when we open ours, see how this one's just plain? I just wanted to add something. Maybe if I had Lost Lagoon ink, I could have stamped it in Lost Lagoon. But I just wanted to add something to it. So we'll glue this one on here. And we need to die cut some flowers out. I didn't die cut the flowers. So I did die cut the butterflies. And the butterflies, I did one in Lost Lagoon and one in So Saffron. And these again are from the designer tags dies. We'll move those aside and let's do the flowers. So the flowers are out of the designer series paper, and they have a matching die to go with it. So let's add our dies. Here is the die for the big one. My magnetic plate is not going to probably cooperate, so I usually have a piece of paper there. We can die cut this one as well, because we're just going to use 2 of the flowers. And you can actually use another piece of designer series paper to cut out the leaves. I did already cut the leaves out, but I will show you. Excuse me. Darn it. I hate to be coughing all over. So here's the designer series paper. I'm just going to use this one. And here's the die for this. There is a die for the 3 leaves as well. We're only going to go with the 2. And I think my die is going to move. So let's put a piece of tape on that as well. I got glue on my fingers from gluing. And we're just going to use those leaves. And that should be it on the die cutting. I feel like I'm doing everything backwards. It's crazy when you're sick, you just don't feel right. You know, my head's like in a fog. And I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, whether I'm coming or going. So we're going to put the big one here. And we'll do the little one. And I think with the little one is where I use the leaves so that we had some. I'm not going to stick that down all the way because I want to see where my leaves are going to go first. And we'll just add a little glue. Uh-oh, I'm running out of glue. Oops, now I got too much. But let's see if we could hide those back there. And we don't want anything towards the top because when we glue these and we pull it, it's going to catch. And that's why I didn't put the dimensionals on the butterflies, because it would have been nice for them to pop out, but when it goes over, it doesn't, you know, it'll catch. So our waterfall won't be flowing so well. So this side here, you don't want nothing hanging over the top there, but it's okay if there's something on this side, just not at the top. And let's do our So Saffron. I should have did adhesive sheets on these. I just wasn't thinking. Now my hands are going to be sticky. Let me grab a baby wipe so I can get that glue off of me. Otherwise, everything I pick up now is going to stick. All right, so on our mechanism now, we have our pieces. So we're going to go what's going to be at the bottom. We're working backwards, so from the bottom to the top. So our bottom here is this one. And we're going to glue this all the way around. So this whole piece is going to go onto this square. like this. Hopefully I am making sense to you. Okay, so our second one, now I gotta go backwards, is gonna be the hello. So hello, we're only gluing the top. We're not doing the whole square. So it's easier if you just do it like, put your glue on here. This glue's running out, and so now it's coming out in clumps. I do have another bottle. Let me get it. But we'll put our hello one here. And you just line it up at the top and the sides. And here's my other bottle of glue. Let me get this one out of here. And now our third is going to be the big flower. So now, did I do this? I keep getting confused with this. I'm so lost. But let's put our glue here. Okay, now the new bottle don't want to come out. There it comes. We'll do our other one there just at the top. Make sure the top and the sides are lined up. And then our top one that'll be in the front showing is going to be our butterflies. So we'll glue these. And it'll go just like that, the same. Line it up at the top and the sides. Uh-oh, this one's gluing and I'm not lined up on the side. Uh-oh, it just needs to be turned a little bit. And I could go down some, but it's as glue dries fast when you don't want it to, right? So now we're going to use a piece of So Saffron ribbon. We'll just cut a piece. Oops. I'm using my non-ribbon scissors. Shame on me. I still got glue on my fingers, even though I just, you know what? I am going to use one of these flossers. I'm sure you guys have seen this. One of the dental flossers. Because I still got glue on my hands and I can't get it through. I mean, it's my glue on my fingers. So just pull that through. I'm going slow because I don't want to break the piece at the top of the cardstock. And my fingers are all sticky even though I use the baby wipe. We know how good that glue is, right? Liquid glue is the best for a reason. Me and liquid glue used to not get along. We were not the best of friends. So you can hold this and pull it. And I'm definitely going to shorten this ribbon. I didn't mean to cut it so long. And so now we have our card over here with our mechanism. So now this is just going to slip right under here like this. And so you kind of see where you want it, center it on each side, and where you want it at the top and the bottom. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to add some tear and tape to this section here. Let's add a couple of pieces. Just like that. Let me remove it. And I hope this is going to work. I keep having myself all confused with the mechanism. I don't know why. My friend Deborah's the one that got me to do this. She made one. I was like, okay, that don't look so bad. Maybe I could do it. So now we have it down with the glue, and it's in place now, or the tear and tape. And there we go. Yay, I did do it right. I was so confused. So that's how you make a waterfall card. And see, this piece is not going to go anywhere now that we put the tear and tape on it. But there's our card. We just have to add a couple of things. The dots are loose dots. These are currently sold out already. I cannot believe it. So just put a couple of specks of liquid glue. They're sold out, but I think they are coming back. We'll add a pink one. I still have, look, I got glue on. I'm just making a mess over here. I feel like I'm making a complete mess. Add one there. I got, and then let's try a yellow one. Or I think here, and then let's do, I guess, another pink one like that. And then there we go. There's our card. So this is how you make a waterfall card. I hope that was easy enough for you. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'm so glad that you joined me. And you guys all have a great day. You take care. Bye.